be looking at who qualifies on the pole for today's race, and we will see who's got the pace today. So if anybody's joining us today, thank you very much for joining us today for the Bump and Run series. My name is Marvin. Sean, right now, he is currently away, but he will be back tomorrow. And I am currently your commentator today. My name is Marvin Samayoa. I do a little bit of iRacing myself, mostly road course racing, but I do some stock car racing as well in the Gen 6 Cup cars and in the modern era. And I have yet to do anything with the ARCA series, but I do know for a fact that these are traditional older style cup cars, and they demand a different style of racing. As we look here on the board, we see qualifying is about 1.5 minutes away before the start of the race. And so far, I see Bud Shearer in the number 93 Chevrolet SS on the pole right now. But Charles Van Schaik looks like he's very close. He's on P2 right now. Let's see if he's got enough right now to take away that pole. And we will take a look here as we have a total of 8 cars today starting out for the ARCA series. It looks like it's going to be cooler track temperatures today and a little bit cloudy, so it should be a moderate to good amount of grip today as the leaders and every driver here are fighting for position, trying to maximize grip, trying to keep their tires on their car, make sure to still be within this fight. Looks like right now we're looking at Shearer, Charles, Austin, Sean, and Brandon Moore rounding out that top 5 right now. And it looks like it's pretty close, not too big of a gap. So it's going to be close. I was watching the guys in practice and they were all showing top speed. So it's definitely anybody's game. And as with 15 seconds left on the clock, is anybody going to take away the pole from Bud? Looks like, as of right now, looks like it's just Bud Shearer so far. 2-1 and locked in. Qualifying is over, and it looks like Bud Shearer gets the pole for today's race. So he will be leading us to the green flag, and we will get this show on the road. We got a little bit of everything. It looks like Charles Van Schaik is the only Ford right now in the field with a few Chevys and Toyotas. So he's going to be the lone man in the Ford right now. But can he overcome that adversity with maybe potentially 90 teammates? Potentially manufacturers would love to work with each other. He may get some help with a Chevy or a Toyota. Who knows? Or they may not. We'll find out in today's race. As we look right now onto the field. Currently, that's what you're looking at with the top 8. And it's going to be anybody's game as we look at the starting field. Bud and the number 93 Chevy SS, followed by Charles and the number 23 Ford Fusion. And Austin is going to be your top 3 and the other Chevy SS. As we're waiting for the rest of the drivers to enter the lobby, we are going to go and start right now as the pace car is going to lead the drivers to the green flag. Looks like Bud's been good on pace. He's actually been really good on pace. Drafting, he hasn't done much drafting right now. That's when I saw him in practice. He's been pretty confident. What looks like in the corners, he's been keeping up momentum, pace. So he's shown great promise and speed. So we'll see how this race unfolds as we see the drivers right now. doing a couple of pace laps currently, trying to get those tires warmed up. Make sure you get the tires warmed up correctly and before on time, so that way you were able to go on green with a better, warmer set of tires. Because when those tires are cold, there's no grip out there at all, ladies and gentlemen. No grip. Cold tires with big V8 engine on a very heavy stock car going 180 and 190 miles an hour, yeah, you're going to need all the grip you can, ladies and gentlemen. All the grip you can. So right now, the lights on the pace car are out right now. We should be seeing the green flag here as we approach turn 4. Yep, there goes the pace car, the iRacing safety car, and we're going to be going green flag racing right now. Green, green, green. As they're entering turn 1, going into turn 2 right now, Bud is leading them the way right now with Charles in second, followed by Austin, who looks like is on the inside, but looks like Sean is taking third place, coming on the outside. Is he going to try to use the outside lane to get the momentum? We'll find out right now as we go into turn 4. Leading the first lap is Bud in the number 93 machine. Love that paint job. Love it, love it, love it. As we're going, looking right now, the battle between Bud and Charles right now. Charles is looking on the outside. Bud is going to defend on the inside. Is he going to get any help? No, looks like Charles is going to take P1 right now, going to turn 3. Followed by, it looks like Sean is about squeaking by, maybe in P2, using that outside lane to gain momentum. Is he going to get a 2-for-1 right now? Oh, drag race to the start-finish line, and it looks like that time it was Charles, but looks like Sean goes deep into turn 1, losing first place. Back to Sean. Man, this is a great intense battle to be here between. Oh, there's a little bit of side drafting action there between Sean and Charles. As we look at P3, Bud is battling, trying to keep momentum, trying to keep Austin in that Chevy behind him, number 97 at bay, as he tries to hunt down the leaders. Looking at number 19, Sean Judson right now in P1 as we see Charles look on the inside. He's looking, tucks back inside. He's going to try to use a draft. Hopefully get a little more momentum here as we go to the back stretch into turn 3. He's going to drive it in deep right here. Is he going to stick? Oh, looks like the 19 still holds on strong, using that outside momentum to carry more speed than Charles. But looks like Bud and Charles are trying to work together to catch Sean right now. And I thought the number 23 was going to go on the outside. It looks like he's sticking to the inside. Got a little bit better speed on that outcome on the turn 2 as they tuck back in line. Going into turn 3, Sean leads them, followed by Charles on the inside. He's looking on the inside. He's peeking, and he's just going to tuck back in line. It looks like P4, yes, P4. It's 4 cars right now. Number 97, Austin. Has he got anything for the leaders? Is he going to wait and maybe give it a little bit of time, let the leaders use up their stuff while they battle up front? Looking at number 43 right now. It looks like he's in P5 right now. Coming into turn 3. I love that paint scheme. Love it. Tied. Favorite colors. Old Ricky Rudd type of style colors back in the day. Sitting in P5, just watching. Still a lot of time to go, so no need to push it right now. As we look up front, we see Sean. Charles is peeking a little bit. He still tucks it back in line. It looks like he's just hugging the inside lane. As the track ages through the run, it should rubber up on the inside there. And hopefully it should get a little bit more traction there so you'll be able to make a move on Sean. But right now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-way car battle for P1 as Sean takes a little bit of a lower line. Oh, looks like he got loose right there. Charles had to maybe check up just a little bit. I think the 19 was trying to take some air away from number 23, get him tight so it understeer, but it didn't work. He actually oversteered his own car and allowed Charles to get up there and get closer to him. But still, Charles couldn't make the pass. It looks like Bud Shearer and the number 93 is taking P2. So he kind of waited a little bit, and now he's looking to capitalize. He's taking the outside lane. It's working for Sean. So Bud's thinking, hey, you know what? You know what, Sean? I see what you're doing. Let me try that high line. Let me try that high groove and see if I can get there. And looks like so far it's working well for Bud. Looks like he dove it in a little bit deeper there. Oh, he's going a little bit higher. I think got too much of a run, too much speed, but I don't think he hit the wall. So we're still good, ladies and gentlemen. Sean continues to lead, followed by Charles Van Schaik and Bud Shearer and number 93, Chevy SS. Looks like Bud, oh, it's going to be a close battle there. Looks like Bud's looking on the inside. He's looking, taking a look. Is he going to clear him? He's going to clear him. He's going to wash up and try to block him. Oh, maybe. Yes, he does. He is clear, but looks like Sean says, nope, I'm going to take that back. Thank you very much. And he led that lap. Does nice crossover move. Is Bud going to go do the same thing as we see Charles on the inside? It's going to be a three-way battle. Oh, three wide going into turn 2. Oh, my goodness. Sean, he was just right at Bud's door, but he backed off a little bit and then let Bud have it. As we see Austin give a little bit of bump to the number 19 as he's just waiting, stalking, trying to get the leaders to like, oh, you guys do your thing up there. I'm going to save my tires and see where this goes, because you never know. There could be an incident at any moment. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Bud Shearer is leading, followed by Sean and Charles. Take a look here. That's a good four-way battle as we see the leaders. None of them are easing up at all. My goodness, these guys are definitely keeping it tight right here as we approach turn 2, going on to the backstretch, approaching turn 3. Looks like everybody except for Charles is taking the high line. Charles is making it work. He's making it stick. He's hanging in there. Austin is right there, taking the high lane. Maybe he's going to do a crossover, try to get to P3. Nope. He's going to take actually the middle lane. So it's a little bit different. I see Bud and Sean taking the outside while Charles is taking the inside, but looks like Austin is taking the middle lane. He's going to try to get all that air as possible so that way he can get as much grip on the front end without getting it taken away from, which could cause understeer or could cause an actual snap oversteer issue. So yeah, Austin's definitely taking something. Oh, Austin hits the wall. My goodness, Austin hits the wall right there. Well, it looks like he keeps it going. So these cars are tough. They're definitely tough. Looks like it didn't affect him too much, so he's continuing on. He's right there in amongst the midst of things. See here, a different angle. Oh, looks like Bud got loose. Oh my goodness, no! Bud got loose and right in front of Austin. My goodness, there it goes. Oh my goodness. There goes Brandon Moore right now, taking 2 spots. I think these guys have a quick repair. So it looks like they continue on. Oh my goodness. Wow, wow, wow. Right there.
Caution, yellow flag.
Oh, it's yellow flag right now. Yellow flag. Let's try to take a look at this. What happened here? What happened here? There was no yellow for that. And I think, and I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened there. Was it a hardware issue or did the car try to get into pit road? And I don't know what happened there. That's very curious. Let's back it up here. Yeah, let's back it up here. And let's see if we can take a look right here. What happened? I'm not sure what happened there. I mean, so I think it was slowing down. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. So that's a little bit peculiar. I'm gonna have to talk to Sean there because he was leading the race, and man, my goodness. Well, looks like leaders are in pit road right now as they are trying to play strategy. Oh, looks like number 97 locked up the brakes. So that's Austin right there. He did get into the accident, which caused, well, I potentially actually didn't think to cause the person caution because the leaders kept going. But looks like he might get some tires or splash of fuel. Looks like Charles and Brandon Moore both got splash and go. That's it. Looks like no tires were made. Okay, looks like the number 93 Bud and Austin and I believe Sean are all in pit road. I think they're doing some repairs and maybe some tires. I'm not 100% sure. So maybe some strategy here as we take a look and we see, yes, Bud is leaving the pits right now in that beautiful number 93 Hidden Valley Chevrolet SS. Love that paint scheme. It looks so awesome. I would like to say Hidden Valley Ranch with pizza. Yeah, I think that's the ticket. All right. Let's take a look. Number 23, Charles. He's P1 right now, and we're talking about, and I was talking about Brandon Moore, and he was a little bit off pace at the start, and he was in P5, and he kind of lost the leaders a little bit, and I was thinking to myself, is he going to be able to catch up to the leaders? But right as soon as that happened, that crash happened, the leaders wrecked, and he just ended up squeaking by and gained P3. And now look at him, P2 right now. He's right next to Charles. So it looks like that caution and that little pit strategy helped them. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good fight here, folks. It's gonna be a good fight. As we're taking a look at Charles, look at Bud as he catches up. I think Sean's already catching up, trying to catch up. Might have done some repairs. Looks like some damage here. Yeah, on the right front. I don't know if that's going to cost some aero advantage on Sean. Looks like Austin right now is leaving the pits. But I think he's going to have to hurry up because looks like the safety car lights are off. So, yep, back in, and we're going to go green flag racing.
Green flag, green flag.
Charles is leading us to the green flag as he goes into turn 1, followed by Brandon Moore and Bud Shear and Sean Judson. Austin Mays right now, he's barely in turn 3. So he did get into that accident, but he might have had a repair. Looks like go to turn 4, going on the back stretch right now. Let's see, here we go. Lap 21 out of 80, folks. Lap 21 out of 80. As we're entering turn 3, Charles is still leading them right now, followed by Bud and Sean. Sean did have a little incident which caused a caution. He has a little bit of right front damage, but looks like he was able to repair it, and hopefully that's not going to affect him too much. Looks like it isn't, as he's battling Bud for P2, and then Brandon Moore, who was in 5th place, lost the main pack. Looks like caught up. He's right there with them. He's right there with them. As we're crossing the start-finish line, let's take a look here. It looks like based on the last, the best time looks like it's going to Austin Mays with a 30.12. He is the quickest on the track. Unfortunately for Austin, he had to make some repairs to the number 97 Chevrolet. He's right now on the back stretch as leaders are entering turn 1 and 2. If there's another caution, he'll be able to catch back up. But right now, he does hold the quickest lap time at this moment, but he's still far away back. So he's just got to make sure to keep himself in pace, not get into any accidents, not overdrive the car, wait for somebody else to get into an accident or make a mistake, throw out the caution potentially, and then he can catch back up. But right now, Austin May shows in P5 right now as the leaders are battling on the front stretch. Looks like Sean, he's taking a look on the outside. He's like, hey, now it's my turn. I want to lead some laps here, but looks like he's taking the outside lane. Probably going to use the momentum. Oh, washed up a little bit, but looks like he gathered it back up. He's using that extra amount of momentum speed. Going into turn 3, driving it deep right against the wall. I would like to call that the Kyle Larson move, just rim riding on the outside. Oh, looks like Charles crossed over to try to take away air from the front spoiler of number 19, Sean. And it looks like it worked for now as he's going to take the top lane. I think this is the first time I've seen Charles, take the top lane, but I think he's trying to take away Sean's line as Sean looks on the inside and he's trying to get the momentum right off of that crossover move. He's going to be able to do it and clear Charles. Looks like he's side by side right now. Sean taking the inside. Is he going to wash up? And he does the same thing he did that Charles did to him in the previous lap. And now he leads that lap. Great battles here we're looking at. We're looking at P3 right now. Brandon Moore still keeping up with the leaders in P3, followed by Bud in P4. As I'm looking at the telemetry, looks like Austin, he's slowly making time, but without a draft, a little bit hard. Oh, I think Bud lost it a little bit, got a little bit squirrely there off of turn 3. And he was leading very racy at the beginning of this race. I'm not sure if he's just trying to conserve tires or what his thought process is, because right now he definitely dropped back to P4. Looks like he's got a bit of a gap right now, about maybe 1.5 seconds between himself and P3, which would be Brandon Moore and number 43 Tide Machine. I was looking up front. Sean continues to lead, but Charles has not given up. He's taking a look onto the inside right now. Charles on the inside, charging to the front, off of turn 2. Is he going to use the momentum right here as we approach turn 3? Nope, not this time by, but he's going to take a look on the inside, hopefully get some grip on that front end of that Ford Fusion. He's looking, and nope, not this time around, but that's close. He was very close to that wall. He's got to be careful there. Here he goes. He's looking on the inside right now as we're approaching lap 30. We have hit lap 30. He looks like he almost got Sean. Not quite this time. 10 more laps to go before the midway point of the race. As we see the front two, Sean, the number 19 Toyota Camry, battling Charles Van Schaik, and the number 23 Ford Fusion. Charles is giving it to Sean right now as the leaders are starting to separate themselves from P3, Brandon Moore, followed by Bud Shearer and Austin Mays right now. If you're an Austin Mays fan, he's actually making time. He's actually making time right now, folks. He was 12 seconds away. Now he's got and cut it to 10 seconds. So he's actually catching up to the leaders. They got to keep in mind, folks, as the leaders continue to battle, they're taking away each other's lines, taking away any potential arrow that they need to get that front end. Oh, looks like Sean hit the outside wall. Oh, he hit again. My goodness, he bounced off that wall once. Not once, but twice. I was hoping I just saw things, but no. I see sparks coming out of that number 19 Toyota Camry. That allows Charles to just go on by and squeak by for a P1. But looks like Sean's still in there. He hasn't given up. He's going for it. My goodness, I was just mentioning that as these leaders continue to battle, it's just allowing Austin to catch up to them as they take away each other's lines, causing the cars to like do some weird things where the cars don't want to quite turn because there's another driver in front of you taking away that air that you need to get the front end to grip. And I think that's what ended up happening with the number 19 as he hit the wall. And my goodness, that was such a hard lick to the wall. But it looks like it didn't affect much to Sean as he's driving up there. He's actually catching up to Charles. I don't know if Charles is saving tires, fuel, or what, but yeah, Sean is still going for it. And it looks like Brandon Moore, as the leaders continue to battle, Brandon's right there. I think he's saving tires. I think he's got something for the leaders, but he's just waiting for them to make a mistake. And like Sean did, that could have been costly for him. He already had an issue at the beginning of the race, I believe is around lap 19. And then right now, he just hit the wall twice on that front stretch coming out of turn 4. So it looks like it hasn't affected him too much because he's right there battling Charles, right there trying to shortcut the track, making it as short as possible to gain time. But looking like he's going on the outside, trying to gain valuable speed, using that momentum to come out of turn 2 into turn 3 with higher rate of speed. Looks like he's looking on the inside right now. Is Charles going to block him? No, he's not going to block him. He's going to hold and hug the inside lane as Sean's looking on the outside. Brandon Moore is like, you guys keep on fighting. I'm just over here watching and learning. Save up my spot, save up my tires, and then come after you guys when the time is right. Man, Sean's all over the back bumper of that Ford Fusion number 23 machine. My goodness, he's right there. He's had some rough luck during this race. And my goodness, he's still going for it. Going to turn 3, Sean continues to use the outside lane as Charles sticks to the inside. Washes up to try to take away a little bit of air off of the spoiler off of Sean. It looks like Sean's looking on the outside. He's going to let that affect him. Is he going to do a crossover move? Nope. He's going to continue on the outside. I think Sean's car, with the damage given, he's just using that damage and that momentum to just try to keep up with Charles. As we go into the backstretch, Sean's even closer than last time in the last lap, but he's not doing anything about it this time around as we approach turn 4 and the front stretch. Oh, Charles, really wide there, really wide. Let's go. Take a look. Onboard camera with Charles as we look. Man, going 7,000 RPMs onto the backstretch, using all the available horsepower these V8s got. My goodness. As we're looking right now at Charles, Sean, oh, as we look, we see Sean bounce off the wall yet again. He's really pushing it. Brandon Moore right now is like, all right, let me see what I got for you guys. But looks like as he's pushing Sean, we're going to have to take a look right now and see. Looks like we're taking out of that blimp cam right now and see, my goodness, Sean hit the wall again. I think he's really pushing the number 19. I think he's got a little bit more car than Charles, but not 100% sure. My goodness, that was a hard lick, but we'll look at it right now as we take a look. See right here. Onboard camera right now. We're going to look at the front end of Charles, get you a good idea on the track as we cross the start-finish line, going and approaching turn 1. Charles right now sends it in deep. He's actually taking the high line this time. Believe he's trying to take away Sean's line as we approach turn 2, coming out of there into turn 2 onto the back stretch, and we're giving it everything that these V8s got. Approaching turn 3, and as you can hear him get off the throttle and slowly roll back into the throttle on the high lane, keeping that momentum as we go into turn 4, not trying to scrape the wall, try to shortcut the track, make it short as possible. And right there is one lap around Atlanta Motor Speedway from Charles' front bumper point of view. But as we go back into the outside, we're looking at the outside cameras. Looks like Brandon Moore has passed Sean and is now his eyes set on that number 23 Ford Fusion of Charles Van Schuyck. As he looks onto the outside, Brandon Moore has been hugging that inside line, but looks like that time around he went a little bit more towards the center of the track, which we've seen Brandon do at the beginning of this race. He was more comfortable towards the middle of the track as he looks a little bit lower, try to get a little bit more air on that front nose of that Tide mean machine. Number 43 looks like the 23 barely touched that wall. I see sparks going, and that's just, man, that's just definitely going to help Brandon in the long run if these leaders keep pushing and pushing. I think Brandon was just saving tire. Right now he's chasing after Charles. It looks like right now, unfortunately, looks like, oh, I can see Bud has completely fallen back. He is now P5. He is completely P5 right now as we see number 97 of Austin Mays right now, lone wolf on the backstretch. Oh, we're seeing a battle right now between the leaders. Brandon, now he's wanting to take away that top spot from Charles. Oh, as he sends it in, he's taking the middle lane, which is the little best of both worlds. He's going to go up onto the top. Hopefully doesn't. Oh, you see the wheel get a little bit loose right there. But Brandon Moore takes the top spot as he manhandles that machine. It looks like Charles is saying, nope, let me try to go on the inside, try for a crossover move. Is he going to make it stick? Nope. Brandon Moore continues on with the momentum onto the top. He leads that lap as Charles tucks back in line. As we're looking right here, and we're going to look into the blimp cam right now and try to take a look at the leaders. Brandon Moore right now taking the top spot, followed by Charles. And then Sean, he's not out of it. Don't count him out yet. Yeah, he's hit the wall a couple of times, but he's still in it. Yeah, Austin Mays, he's one lap down. And you may be asking yourself, is Bud? Oh, looks like the number 23, Charles, is in pit road. Brandon Moore, Sean Judson, and as I was mentioning, talking about Bud, looks like Charles right now, he's in pit road right now. Wonder what that's about right now as we watch him approach pit lane. And right here, is he going to take any tires? Is he going to be splash and go? Not. Yeah, he's going to be taking tires. 2 right side tires. We see the number 23 right on Jax on the right side. Is he going to take just 2 tires? Nope, 4 tires. 4 tires. We see the leaders, and looks like we have Brandon Moore in pit road. He's approaching right now as we saw the number 23 Charles back onto the track. And looks like the number 43 machine, yep, he's back on pit road right now. Believe he's gained 2 tires. I'm not 100% sure right now. Doesn't look like he's got any tires. Yep, he's going for all 4 tires. Yep, all 4 tires going onto that Tide machine right now as we are approaching past the halfway point, approaching lap 50 on this 80-lap race. Looks like right now Sean, who hit the wall, I believe 5 times total in this event. He's P1 right now. P1 right now, and Austin in number 97, he got his lap back. I was just about to mention that he was 1 lap down. It looks like he's back onto the lead lap and is right now showing in P2, followed by the number 93 of Bud Shearer, who's right now showing scored. I believe he's P3. Yeah, Bud Shearer is right now P3, followed by the number 23 of Charles. He's 1 lap down, and looks like Bud Moore, who was our leader, came into pit road to take some tires. He's 1 lap down. So here's an interesting fact right now. It looks like Sean right now has entered pit road, so he's going to hand over the lead back to the number 97 of Austin. As we see him approach right now, start finish line, lap 51 right now. Austin Mays is in first place. Right now we see number 19, Sean. He's going into pit road. He's going to be taking any tires. Probably fix that damage. Yeah, looks like he's going to fix that damage. Put 2 right side tires on the number 19. General tires going on that number 19. Is he going to go? Nope, 2 tires. That's it. 2 tires. Go, go, go. All right. So looks like just right side fresh rubber on the number 19 machine of Sean. He's going to go back onto the track right now as we see the number 97 approach turn 1. And is he going to lap Sean? Oh, he's going to Sean. I think he's trying to speed up real quick to try to stay on the lead lap. Try to take the lane away. Number 97. Is he going to try to tuck under? Looks like the number 19. Oh, 97 goes into the pit road. Oh, so fast. Is that going to result into a penalty? Who knows? Let's see. I don't think so, but looks like number 97 is in pit road right now. Number 93 is back on track, and he is showing as the leader currently right now. Looks like Bud Shearer right now, number 93, he's in first place. Let's see now. So number 23, Charles, is in P2, followed by Brandon Moore. And number 43, Machine, in P3 right now. Looks like everybody, for the most part, except for the number 97 of Austin Mays right now. He's still on pit road right now, so it's going to cycle through, and it's going to show the number 93 of Bud in P1 right now. All right. We take a look right now on chopper view of the number 93 right now. He's passing Austin. I believe Austin's going to be about like in 2 laps down. Unfortunate for Austin, he's going to be 2 laps down. Unless Bud goes back into the pits right now. He could get one of those laps back. But nope, not this time around. Bud's going to continue on in P1 as he's about 2.5 seconds away from Charles, who looks like he's closing in. He does have fresher tires than Bud, so looks like Charles is catching up to him right now. As I'm watching that interval drop right now, he's about a little over 2 seconds away. Before, and about a couple of turns ago, he was 2.5 seconds. Now he's 1.9 seconds away from Bud. As we are approaching 25 laps to go, can Bud keep it up? And can he maintain pace to where he can give it to Charles, battle him out, and maybe do a good top solid spot finish for number 93 Hidden Valley Ranch Chevrolet? As we're watching Charles right now from the top view, you can see right now Austin, he's got fresher tires. So he's going to try to get one of those laps back from Bud. Oh, looks like Bud got a little bit swirly there, but looks like Charles right now, he's picking up the pace. He's very close. He's only, I believe, like a little less than a second away. Right there as he's driving in deep right there. Oh, Bud washes up the track, and Charles just goes around Bud right now and takes the top spot. Charles to P1, leading here with 23 laps to go. Brandon Moore right now, as we take a look right now and see where we're at. See, he's about, I want to say, 1.8 seconds away from the leader. Does he have enough? Can he reel in the number 23 of Charles? Right now, looks like in the shot right now, looks like the number 93 is just ahead of him, but 43 right now is catching up, taking the lower lane. He's got the tires right now. And look at that speed difference between the 43 and the 93. What tires will do for you on a run. Right there, just one straightaway away, and he literally took up all that space. And there he goes, Brandon Moore, right now, P2. With 21 left to go, as Bud Shearer is back to P3. Now, does Brandon have enough? Looks like he's about still 1.7 seconds away from Charles. Charles right now is diving in deep in P1 on turn one. He's about got a 1.65 seconds away is Brandon Moore. So Brandon has picked up ten thousandths of a second, 1,000th of a second, apologize, between himself and Charles. Looks like he's slowly chopping away, slowly, but it looks like it just maintained steady at 1.6 seconds between the two top spots. We're taking a look at Charles right now, going to turn one, turn two, back stretch. As we're on board with Charles right now, as he's approaching turn four. Hear him right now, how he feathers that throttle, and he doesn't throttle up until he's at the very exit of the corner. I believe he's trying to save tire. Comes into the corner. Right there. Off the throttle. A little bit on throttle. A little bit on throttle. Plays with the throttle. Then rolls back into it right now on the exit of turn two. Come into turn three, midway, about picks up the throttle right there. Just a little bit of throttle maintenance there, and then full power right off turn four to make sure he doesn't hit that outside wall. Let's take a look at on board with Brandon Moore as he sees Charles in the number 23 within his sights. He's still only about 1.5 seconds away between himself and Charles. I think he's taking the top lane to try to roll that speed outside into the corner and then keep that momentum into the straightaway. And as I'm taking a look at the telemetry right now, he has picked up 0.10 on Charles. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to try to maintain and catch Charles. He's about now up to 1.4 seconds away between himself and Charles. I think, oh, he hit the wall right now. A little bit loose right there. I don't think that's going to hurt him too much, but I think he lost some time there. He was at 1.3. Now he's back to 1.4. So let's see. I know Brandon right now, he's trying. He's working that wheel, working that ARCA Menards car. He's trying to do his best to try to catch up to Charles and give it to him. With only 15 laps to go right now at Atlanta Motor Speedway as we approach turn 3 and 4. See, it's going to be the same spot where he hit the wall. I think he took a lower line to avoid that. And right there, yep, no issues there. He's now 1.35 seconds away between himself and the leader. He's slowly gaining. I don't think he's got enough time. Unless Charles makes a mistake, like right there, I believe he did lose some time, but he gained it back up now. And now he's 1.29 seconds away from Charles as we approach turn 4. We continue on board with Brandon Moore. You can see here, he's definitely working that car right now. Let's take a look at P3, Sean right now. He is about 8 seconds behind Brandon Moore, so, which I feel bad for Sean because he was in the top spot, hit the wall a couple times, and I think that threw him off the strategy, lost some speed, and I think he might have got all 4 tires, I believe, or he might have gotten actually only 2 tires, but I think he lost pace, and that's what ultimately ended up hurting. I was looking up to the top right now. There is the interval. Looks like Brandon Moore has picked it up. He is now 1.10 seconds away from Charles. He is catching him. He's rolling that tide onto the outside, gaining all that speed through the corners, and then using it on the front stretch to try to make it as short as possible and gain maximum amount of speed and momentum through the straightaways to only do it again on the back stretch. But looks like Charles, turn 1 and turn 2, he's taking the high lane right now. I think his spotter is telling them, hey, Brandon is taking the top lane right now, so you better go up there and do some aero blocking. Essentially what that is, folks, is basically you're getting in front of the car, taking away the needed downforce that that second car needs. As I say that right now, I think Brandon got into the wall. I saw him get a little bit loose. He was almost just a full, just 1 second off, but now it gathered back up to 1.2 seconds is the gap now as Charles goes back onto the bottom, rolls the bottom, and then Brandon continues to take the top. We have only 10 more laps to go. Brandon Moore is catching up to Charles. He's using that top lane, but Brandon cannot make any mistakes right now. With only 9 laps to go, Charles is wishing for this race to be over with so that way he can just see that number 43 car just stop in its tracks. No more racing, just done and over with. But looks like Brandon Moore right now, he's picking up pace a little bit. He's about 1.10 now. He's dropped off a little because he's rolling that high, but he's going to try to pick up the throttle a little bit sooner and hopefully use that momentum as we go back onto the front stretch. Looks like it's kind of equaled out right now. 8 laps to go. And it looks like the lead is still the same. 1.18 seconds between himself and Brandon Moore. Looks like that time Brandon Moore picked it up a lot. Now is sub 1 second, 1 second away. So it looks like Brandon Moore, he's picking up the pace right now. He's trying. I can see that car just slide up the corner. He is giving it everything he's got. Charles is sticking it to it right now to the bottom. As we see Brandon Moore stick onto the top. Try to gather that momentum right now. Now looks like the roles have flip-flopped. Charles taking the top. Brandon Moore's taking the bottom. Looks like that time around, it's now 0.9 seconds. Less than 1 second interval gap between Brandon Moore and Charles. Believe they're definitely playing a game of chess. Charles takes the bottom. Brandon takes the top. Then it flip-flops the next corner. Brandon takes the bottom. Charles takes the top. It's essentially a game of chess right now. Looks like both of them are rolling and hugging that bottom lane. I see the 43 just slide up the track just slightly. It looks like it's back up to 1 full second interval. My goodness, this is definitely going to come down to the wire as we have 5 laps to go. Oh, I think Charles might have hit the wall a little bit. I think Charles might have hit the wall. I heard some scraping onto that outside wall, so I think Charles might have hit the wall, but it looks like Brandon Moore has given it everything he's got, and it looks like the intervals have actually increased. It was 0.9 at a time, but now it's gone up to 1.2 seconds away. So I think Brandon Moore was definitely using up everything he had to try to catch Charles, but looks like he might have ran out of tire. E1, Charles Van Schuyt in a number 23 Ford Fusion coming off of turn 4, approaching right now, which would be 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go, followed by Brandon Moore, number 43 Tide Machine. E3 is the number 19 Toyota Camry of Sean Judson. E4, that Hidden Valley Ranch, number 93 Chevy SS of Bud Shearer. And then P5 is going to be the number 97 Austin Mays in that yellow and black Chevy SS. And that is your top 5 of the race. Go back to the front. Looks like the gap has settled down to 1.4 seconds. Charles cannot make any mistakes right now. He's got to keep it clean and ensure that he can. Oh, right now, as we see the blimp cam, we see Brandon Moore on the top of your screen. He's giving it everything he's got, and he scraped the wall. And I think he's really overdriving that car with only 1 lap to go. Final lap. Charles He won. He's just got 4 corners left to go. No mistakes. Brandon Moore is just hoping for a mistake, as you can see him up on the top of the right of your screen right now. Both of them heading to the back stretch. 2 more sets of corners to go for Charles right now as we approach. 1 more corner left to go for the number 23 Ford Fusion. And here we go. Charles Van Schijk and number 23 Ford Fusion takes the W, takes the win, followed by Brandon Moore and the number 43 and Sean Judson, who is crossed the start finish line just right now, and P3, followed by Bud Shearer and Austin Mays. That rounds out your top 5. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be waiting for the top 3 drivers here who have won. You're going to be looking at right here at the top of your screen. You're going to be getting an interview with Charles, followed by Brandon and Sean. Wow, what a race, ladies and gentlemen. What a race. Charles definitely commanded attention of that whole race. He just completely dominated that race. But Brandon Moore, man, he was close. He was within less than a second. But I think his tires just didn't have enough, as we watch right now. Charles on the front stretch. Is he going to do a burnout? I'm pretty sure he's going to be a celebratory burnout right now. Yes, there he goes. There is your winner for today's race for the Bump and Run League at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Charles is your winner for today's event. That was a great race. Wow. And there you have it. That was a good race, folks. Great racing amongst the leaders. Great finish. Charles, followed by Brandon Moore and Sean Judson, is going to be your top 3 of the race. It could have been anybody's game. Brandon Moore literally waiting at the back of the pack. That first caution right there essentially handed him the ability to get back to the leaders and then work them up towards the top. And there you have it. P2, when he started in P4, I believe, was up to P5 for a bit and then fought his way back to P2. Gained 3 spots. So, congratulations to everybody in that team. And what a race. All right, we're going to be waiting for the leaders to come in to broadcast booth. And hopefully we can interview them here in a bit.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, that was a great race you guys had today. My goodness. That was a little intense there towards the end right there. Charles, you got P1, bud. This is Marvin up at the booth for Sean right now at Stam Studio. You got a copy right now. Well, tell me your thoughts about today's race.
Yeah, I was well, let me just start off with I just posted in the Discord. It's sad that's something really, really good, really fun, something that I look forward to. A lot of us look forward to. Got ruined because grown men act like children. So I appreciate you sticking around and broadcasting a 5 or 6 car field. I'm sure it wasn't ideal or what you expected, but we had fun doing it because obviously it was us and we were all in the same chat, and most of the guys are up the front anyway, so it was pretty competitive. And just like I said, this car is fun, this league's fun, and it stinks. It's sad that grown men are acting like children, but love racing with Bud and Brandon always tries some goofy strategy to try to catch me at the end. And it's funny when you're in the chat, you hear him, like, I know when he hits the wall or gets loose, and because so, so I know when he does that, and figuring this league might be done, when he does that, I know, okay, I could take off the next lap, save my stuff, because Brandon's giving me the okay that he probably lost a tenth or two on whatever kooky thing he was trying to do back there. So, and yeah, it was fun. I mean, 5 cars, 20 cars, 25 cars, whatever it is. This car is fun. This league's fun. I appreciate guys that showed up, and the admins that try to deal with adult children.
Yeah, no, I totally get it, Charles. I myself in the league myself, so I understand that things can happen. But I mean, the racing was good. It looked like you guys were on different strategies there, and I was thinking to myself when I was watching you and Brandon go back at it. Like I saw Brandon at the very start; he was towards the back, thinking he was kind of saving something, but then towards the end, he looked like he was just trying to catch up. And I noticed a couple of areas where he hit the wall, and then by the time I know it, 5 laps to go, and then I started seeing that gap, and I noticed that was it. That was you. That was all you on that
Yeah,
point. Yeah, but I was
yeah. The bottom worked well. Like the top would be faster,
yeah.
for probably the first 15, 20 laps. The bottom just worked in. Um, I didn't take tires on the first run, and then I knew he was, Captain Save Gas with 5 guys in the. He was back there saving gas.
No,
So
never.
I knew his I knew his tires were going to be a little better than mine. So on that first, after the first caution, just try to get out as big as a lead and then protect it. And then the second he got in front of me, as long as I was in the pit window, I was going to duck down, and, figuring there was only 5 guys in, I didn't have to call it. So I surprised everyone probably by doing that. And then they came down. And by that time I got a big enough gap just to keep rolling the bottom and saving my stuff. And then, obviously towards the last 5, 6 laps, I started pulling away from them.
Yep, I saw that. I saw it. It was good racing. I thought you guys were gonna have a battle at the end, and I just think time ran out. But that was good racing there, and yeah, it was a lot of fun, Charles. So yeah, nice. Congratulations.
Nice, yeah. Had fun, and don't really have to do much shutouts, but other than Brian trying to keep everything together, and the admins and the guys that showed up, it was fun. And if the league's done, I mean, I'd be okay if other guys just want to do some fun runs on ARCA Saturday night. I like this car.
Nice, absolutely. Well, congratulations, Charles, for P1. Brandon, P2.
Yes, sir.
P2.
Yeah, boy.
You were catching Charles there, and I saw at the beginning a little bit of strategy there. What else did you think you needed to do in order to catch Charles there for P1? Because it looks like you were catching him for a bit.
Well, it's because I started rolling the top, and it is faster for a little while, but then you just burn the right rear off of it, and then it just lost all rear grip, and then that's, at the end, that's why I started pulling back out. But it was the only chance we had, because after the pit stop, he caught me out and had a 1.5-second lead, and I said, I'm never going to catch him on the bottom, so I started rolling the top, and then wore my stuff out, and that's how we finished. But it's a good race, though. We had fun. I love that place.
Yeah, that's what I noticed too. That was a good run you had there, and yeah, it's yeah, just a few more laps. Do you think you would have had something for him for a few more laps, or no?
No, I mean, we would have had to been closer coming out of the pits. He got that lap advantage, and it gave him about a 1.5-second lead, and it's just so hard to overcome that at a place that's such tire sensitive, as it, old Atlanta is. If we'd have come out closer, maybe, but we'll never know. But he ran a good race. I think we both ran a good race. I gave it everything I had, put it in the fence a couple of times over trying, and that's what it would have took to catch him.
Yeah, I totally get it. Yeah, once you hit that wall and it comes out to bite you even a little bit, it definitely
Well, the
definitely screws
right
up.
rear just got roasted off. I think the right rear was like 280 degrees by the time I got done with it, so it was just fried.
Oh yeah, that was a barbecue session on that tire right there. That
Yeah, I
was
mean, it looked like a gummy bear by the time it come off the car.
all right, all right. Well, Brandon, it's not bad. You started today, what, P5, and you made up 3 spots,
Yeah.
P2. So hey, that's good. You made a charge of the front.
Oh yeah. Hopefully we can get some guys back together and keep this thing rolling. These ARCA cars are fun. We got a lot of talented guys, and hopefully we can add to it and get us a bigger field back.
Absolutely. Sounds good. Sounds good. That's P2 for you guys here at the Bump and Run series. Brandon Moore, number 43. Love that Tide paint scheme you got on there. So congratulations, P2.
Thank you, sir.
Sean Judson, P3 today. Man, you look like you had it towards the beginning of the run. What happened there?
So while I was racing with Chuck, my wheel kind of cut out and I smacked the wall pretty hard. And then after I smacked the wall, the car just wouldn't rotate at all. So it was rough until the last pit stop, and then after the pit stop, the car was just sliding loose. So I was really hard to drive.
Gotcha. Yeah, I did notice a couple times you hit the wall there, and I noticed that there was a caution, and it wasn't due to the 97, I believe. And when he got into, I believe it was you, correct? There was a 90, there was a the 97 got in a wreck, and then I
Uh,
saw you, and then that brought out the caution. So was that the time that the wheel got, away from you?
no,
Okay.
no. So the caution was, we're all in Discord just having a good time. We race together all the time on this league. So everybody's like, with only 5 cars, somebody just stop and bring out a caution. So we're not just, everybody's all by themselves.
Right, right.
So it
Gotcha.
was like a group like, hey, let's get a caution in here so everybody can be all together again. We're just having fun anyway at this point. There's only 5 people racing. Let's just caution it up and go again.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay, sounds good. And then, Sean, is there anything that you could have done differently that you could have maybe caught the leaders or be right there amongst the midst of things?
That last run, no. Like I said, the car after hitting the wall so bad racing with Chuck around lap 31 or so, it was so loose that last run on fresh tires. I could barely hold on to it some laps.
Gotcha, understandable. All right, well that's P3. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Brian and the guys that put these leagues on for us to race, you guys for doing the broadcasts, my team, Fat Boys Motorsports and Cover Bridge Racing, W Energy.
Sounds good, Sean. Sounds good. Well, thank you for joining us here. That's going to be 1, 2, and 3. P1 Charles, P2 Brandon, and then P3 Sean. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us today at the Bump and Run League for the ARCA series here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. My name is Marvin Samayoa, and we will be with you at the next race here soon. Thank you very much for joining us today.